Hi everybody, I'm Alec McChesney, the editor-in-chief of The Standard here at JQH Arena, where the Missouri State Bears just beat the Wright State Raiders 66-50 to improve to 10-3 on the season, wrapping up the non-conference schedule with a victory before they start that Missouri Valley Conference schedule with a very, very tough home slate on Friday night against Loyola at 8 p.m. Let's break down the game. First off, in the first half, the Bears were incredible after having a really, really poor showing against Oral Roberts on Sunday, December 10th, where they lost to a pretty bad team. Actually, really quick, Oral Roberts got absolutely destroyed by Arkansas today, Arkansas, an SEC team, but still it was kind of what you would have expected the Bears to do. Moving on, the Bears tonight were able to come out and do what they needed to do. They were a better team than Wright State. They were favored by 9.5 points, and, well, they won by 16. It could have been a lot more than that because in the first half, the Bears hold Wright State to 16 points. Seriously, 16 points, the fewest of the season. Evangel even scored 23 points in the first half. That's how good the Bears defense was today. Wright State shoots 28% from the field in the first half, 9% from the three-point line, and I know this doesn't have much to do with the Bears, but 16.7% from the free throw line. That's how rattled the Raiders were, and I think that was a huge testament to what the Bears were able to do defensively. Walk with me here. By the way, Megan Burke, our photo editor, is taking the video. It's fantastic. Now I don't have to do it myself with Blaine. But so the reason the Bears were able to play such good defense today is because they were applying pressure way higher than they usually do. A lot of times the Bears can get into a little bit of a lull where they don't start playing their defense until the three-point line. Tonight, Ronnie Ruscio III, senior point guard, who did not play against Oral Roberts, and I pointed that out. I know a lot of you people out there on the Twitterverse blame Ronnie, and a lot of people say that, you know what, they should win without Ronnie. Maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. But tonight, they were plus 23 when Ronnie was on the court. It's evident how important he is. And tonight, he set the tone. I'm not sure how many steals he had, even if he had one, finished with 1 steal. No, 0 steals. He did have a block, but it was the intensity level that he was providing up at the beginning, at the front of the court. He was all over the place, and that set the tone. Jared Dixon, Jared Rhodes followed that. Ryan Krecklow followed that. Actually, even Alize Johnson and Obadiah Church followed it, and they had so much intensity and so much momentum after the game. Jared Rhodes couldn't stop talking about it. He said it was such a high-intensity game. It felt like a Valley game. Well, you know, they were up 38 to 16 at first half. I mean, seriously, that's how intense they were in the first half. They should have ran away with it, won by 30, but they didn't. The second half, Wright State came out. They had a couple punches. They had a 10-2 run to start it. They actually got it down to 5 points. At one point, it was 53-48 with 7 minutes and 51 seconds left. And then, as Coach Les said, the defense got a pulse. The defense started trying. They allow only 2 points for the final 7 minutes and 51 seconds. Obadiah Church and Alize Johnson combined to score about 8 straight points for the Bears, and the Bears win that game by 16. So they finished it. It was 53-48, like I said. They finished the game on that 13-2 run and win the game. That's how impressive the Bears were tonight. They had a little bit of a lull in between. Now, what I want to talk about, yes, the defense is really important, but I know you guys are obsessed with how much I am breaking things down on the court right now and on the chalkboard. And I said that Alize Johnson and Obadiah Church were the keys in my preview, and absolutely they were. Obadiah finishes with 13 points and 8 rebounds. Alize Johnson finishes with 12 points and 14 rebounds. I also mentioned in that and in my tweets beforehand that Jared Rhodes is going to play a huge role at the high post and on the wings. He finishes with 12 points and 6 rebounds. So let's see what happened. Let's go down here. Alize Johnson on several different occasions, and I tell you what, I tweeted this earlier, his passing can make people happy. Watch the way that he passes, and that's how good he's been playing. Yes, he finished with 12 points, 14 rebounds. That's his 7th double-double. He only took 9 shots, so he was very efficient, but he added in 4 assists. If he can limit his turnovers, he can truly become an extremely versatile player. But there were a couple of instances where he gets the ball down here in the post. Wright State was coming for a double team. A lot of college players panic at that moment, but Alize would take one dribble back, and he would turn and face. And when he does that, and you have 2 players coming in, Obadiah Church is diving to the basket, You have Jared Rhodes over on the other side of the wing. Ronnie's out there. Alizé is almost always going to make the right decision in that instance. So a couple different times he found Jared Rhodes in the corner for a three-pointer. One time he realized, you know, I've got two guys on me that are smaller. I can attack. A third stepped up, and it was an easy dump down to Obadiah Church for a dunk. The way that they're using him right now in the paint and in the post area is super efficient for not only the Bears, but for Alizé Johnson. That offensive rhythm is really starting to become a huge factor. And realistically, they're clicking as good as they could be right now going into Friday night's game against Loyola, which is arguably the biggest game of the year. I can't sugarcoat that any more than I have already. It's the biggest game of the year. You're 10-3, you're saying, hey, you know, listen, we had a couple bad games against North Dakota State, Georgia Southern, especially Oral Roberts, but look, you know, we've looked really good against Wright State and against South Dakota State, against North Dakota State, but now it's for real. Now it's time to come out. They need to dominate that game against Loyola and say that #1 ranking at the beginning of the season in the Missouri Valley is not a joke. Now, we'll move on from the analytics and the analysis. I just want to say JT Miller did not play tonight. He has a bit of a knee injury. It sounds like he tweaked his knee and the hamstring is a little bit affected from that. He was 80% and could have played if he needed to, but Coach Lusk and the staff did not at any point want to risk it. Obviously, Missouri Valley Conference, you got 18 games, basically a whole new season, so you didn't want to risk an injury against Wright State there. He didn't play, but Ross Owens did. The sophomore walk-on plays 10 minutes, I believe. Wow, 10 minutes, scores 2 points, has 2 rebounds, and just looked like he belonged out there tonight. I have to look this up, but I do believe that's the first time he's ever played in the first half, especially that big of minutes. He might have gotten in at Evangel early in the season in the first half, but he played, and he played well. After the game, Jared Rhodes said, this kid comes with the right mindset every single day. He might be a walk-on, but he comes in ready to play every day. Coach Lusk reiterated that and said, I've seen it in practice. Even if JT Miller did play, Ross Owens was getting in the game. Owens and Abdul Fofana have not played much this year, but they got a lot more minutes this evening. Fofana finishes with 6 minutes, did score. He had a nice dunk in the first half, which the bench was obviously pumped about when Fofana and Owens scored, but they're able to play them just because of how much and how well they are doing in practice right now. And I think that's a testament to this Bears team, how deep they could go. If JT Miller plays tonight, Tanvir didn't get in the game either. Senior Tanvir Ballard did not play at all tonight either. And if you play those two, all of a sudden you're looking at 10, 11, 12 guys that you can trust for 5-6 minutes. Trying to think if I missed anything. Ryan Krecklow hit his 103 in his career at Missouri State, which is pretty impressive as a junior. He was 2 of 5 from deep. The Bears finished 6 of 16. One issue that I have, they went 8 of 14 from the free throw line. That's not good enough in Valley play. If you go 8 of 14 or you shoot 57% from the free throw line, you're more than likely going to lose. But if you can play defense the way that they did, you're going to have a chance. Quick rundown of the points. Obadiah finishes with 13, Jared Rhodes 12, Alizé Johnson 12, Jared Dixon 9, Ryan Krecklow 8, Ronnie 6, Fofana, Reggie Scurry, and Ross Owens scored 2. I think it's really impressive that Reggie Scurry doesn't even score his usual 8 to 10 points, and you still put up 66. You still win this one. We're going to have a lot of coverage going up to Friday night's game. It's a big deal. They play Loyola on Friday at 8 p.m. here. I believe that's actually a Fox Sports Midwest game, so it's going to be a big deal. And then they have about a 7-8 day break, I believe. It's New Year's Eve at Valparaiso, which we will be at to bring you all the coverage. But I'm going to have an MVC preview coming out, just an update of where all the teams are at, and basically re-ranking the teams on where they should be entering this Valley season. So stay active with us on Twitter, on Facebook. You can hop in my DMs or send me emails, but let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what you guys think the Bears are doing right, maybe what you think the Bears might be doing wrong. That'll do it for me. I'm Alec McChesney. As always, these videos are brought to you by Larry Catt Law Office. He's the #1 lawyer in Springfield for drug, traffic, and DWI cases. Have a great night.